Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with a Business Unlimited smartphone plan. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second internet plan with savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Exactly. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
All right. And whenever you get a chance, you and your man come by, let me take y'all pictures.
Oh, okay. He's so shy.
Is he?
Yeah, he's very shy.
I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I was just live this morning, too, with another guest.
Oh, how'd it go?
It went really good.
Oh.
I really enjoy this so much. Like, podcasting is like...
Are we live?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Y'all come on in as I'm getting started. As always, Spotify, Pandora, and Apple. If you would like to see the visual, go to the YouTube channel, THA, Real JANELL, like and subscribe. Whenever you guys do come in on a YouTube, make sure that you hit the like button. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get it popping.
Hey.
Ashley Tubbs is in the building.
Yay.
It's time for the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. And now we live every Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. So that's the couch every day of the week. Yeah, tune in. You don't want to miss this shit. It's the Couch Chronicles, where they know what? I know you said it.
Period. Shout out to everybody that comes through, all my couch potatoes, my regular degular schmegulas. I see y'all. Let me see. Because I know sometimes it'll look like, but we got 66 people watching right here.
Okay.
So I be always telling people, don't get fooled by the views. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, can you tell everybody who you are and where you are from?
Yes, my name is Ashley Tubbs. I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And, yeah.
I'm glad I got microphones because, baby, you and your soft voice. Now, when you was a little girl, did you imagine that you would be doing what you're doing now?
No, I didn't. No.
Where did you want to be growing up?
I wanted to be an actress.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping you?
Well, I had children.
Mm.
I had children. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
Somebody could be watching this right now and be, like, looking for some new, fresh faces. Listen, we ready to start acting. Stop playing with us. Book us. Book us.
Yeah.
Now, who or what got you into doing what you do now?
So, well, I was on my own personal journey with credit itself. You know, we as consumers, we struggle with credit. Having a bad credit, no credit, just not understanding credit itself. And so, if you don't mind, you say who or... So, yeah, so that's pretty much it with that. And so I struggle with my own credit. And there's a guy, Vince Dotson, he introduced me. He gave me an opportunity to work under his leadership. And I took it and I ran with it once I understood what it was that I was looking at.
Now, and I know this for a fact because I've been around a lot of black people in my life, and I know you have too. It's in our community, a lot of us struggle with having good credit. Like, a lot of us have bad credit, And some of us just like, I don't care. What's credit going to do for us? So can you tell us what good credit can do for you?
Well, I first want to say there is no such thing as bad credit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that Vance had taught me
Wow.
and told me. And that's what I understood just looking at, my credit report itself and understanding what I have in front of me and things. And it's just, what was the other question? I'm sorry, I was going somewhere.
No, it's okay. It's just like basically just the art of it. Like people, our community, we don't really have like good credit and we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the reason why we should care about our credit? But you said there's no such thing as bad credit.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad credit.
That's
but you
dope.
should care because, you have these debt collectors that are calling. Your life sucks. Like, life is expensive when you have that low FICO or that low score and things. And so a lot of times you're not able to be approved. You gotta either, like, now they're doing it, like when you want to move into something, they're looking at your credit score. All that plays a role in what is going to be, how your life, like where you want to be, just everything, the car you want to drive, even the jobs. I believe that they have that now. But just pretty much just your overall life itself.
Hold on, pause. So a job can check your credit?
Yeah, they do.
For what?
They've done it. Just depending on what position you're going for, where you at, and they definitely, you have some jobs out there that does check credit. So it's just the good thing about having, a good FICO score or a good credit score itself is, there's a relief of, not thinking that, you're not going to get approved for something. Life become easy, you don't have to worry about all the things that, because when you have a low score itself, like, it limits you to certain things. So it's like when you go to the car lot and you saying you want this double R or this Urus or the Durango, whatever that it may be.
Right.
All of that. And then interest rate, just all of that plays a big part of having a good score itself. So
right. Now, I will say you exactly right, because I remember I went to go get a car and they checked my credit score. So them checking it gave me a soft pull and it brought my credit score down. So by the time I went back to go again, my credit was good at first, but by them checking it, it made it low. So they was like, oh, you need a cosigner now. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all did this to me.
Yeah.
But, they find ways, I feel like, to trick you. How you feel about that?
Well, it's not necessarily tricking. It's when we don't know. The ignorance, that's the thing with us black people. And this is something that Vance Dawson, and shout out to him.
Shout out to Vance.
Period. Yeah, Vance, the credit doctor. But the thing that he has been telling and been teaching people for the longest, and he's even put it in the book, that we as black people, we don't consume the knowledge that he's been given. He's been given it. He's do it for free. At times, he's been just dropping it. Like, the thing is that when I came to him, to his office, and I sat down with my own personal experience, and he literally sat me down, and this is something that he teach or that he does, like, pretty much every daily about the scores, how to build, how to increase your scores. And when he sat down and he wrote it out, it clicked in an instant. It clicked. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, all this time I've been working with you and I finally got it? Like, really? No way.
Because he put it in easier terms for you.
And he's been doing it.
And sometimes, he has.
He has been doing it for everybody. I just caught on. I was so in a I was just so desperately, like, wanting to really change my life. Like, really.
Yeah.
And that's what it was like. It's kind of like when you have that pivotal moment in your life where it's like either this or that. It's like you got to take that leap or you're going to continue to be stagnated and stuck here. So it's like, what do you want to do? So I was so intentional about increasing my scores. And that's what happened.
Yeah. So now, I don't know how you guys' credit score is. I know that with medical bills, y'all know that they stack up. And anybody with an autoimmune disease, then you know exactly what I'm going through right now. And it's true, you know, it'll that soft pull, that pull, that bad remark, you can take all of those things off, right?
We can dispute it.
Okay. Anything can really be disputed.
Absolutely.
Anything. And just like she said, ain't no such thing as a bad credit score.
And I want to back up though. It's really about when you looking at your credit score, you're looking at your credit profile itself. You got to understand what it is that you're looking at. And then when you look at it and you look at everything that's on there, how they have it printed out, like you got to understand, like you got to know, like, is this something that you can dispute? Is this on here on this credit? I mean, on this credit profile, is this true? Is this really what they printed out and sent to us or whatever mailed to us? Is this true? So you gotta know what it is that you're looking at when you get in your credit report itself. So it just depends what it is that you have on that credit profile itself.
Right. Now, just like how he teaches, do you teach as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. I taught my first presentation last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last Wednesday. Yeah.
How was it? How'd you like it?
I was nervous, but I got through it.
Right. Do you feel like people was real receptive? And
very much so.
That's what's up. Now, how many people do you think that you've helped personally?
I've helped just with the credit itself. Quite a few people. And we're still in the process. But I will say this. We also would tell, our clients, they have to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they have to be able to do the work themselves. So when we're giving something out, like, they have to engage. Like, they have to really be, they have to participate. They have to be willing to participate in doing that. It's just like faith without work is dead. Like, you got to really, like, we're going to do our job on our end, but we ask and recommend that our clients do the work
too. Yeah, because they can't, I hope y'all not just thinking that your person is just going to do everything for you. No, you got to actually, and it's good for you to learn it yourself because you don't want somebody to be screwing you over. I'm just saying. Yeah. So, how important is good credit versus credit that is almost good? Like, so if I walk in with a credit score that's like, 5 or 6 something, could I walk off the lot with a car?
Yeah, you can, but are you sure you want to pay a high interest rate? You're paying, like, you're triple paying a car. Like, you can literally, having a good credit score, you can literally walk in there with no money down. Just by having that score, and saying, hey.
But how much would you pay a month? About the same, right?
Well, it just depends. Depends on the income itself. It just depends on that score and where that score is at. There's a lot of factors that play into it, but as far as a good credit, like if you go to a good car lot and all that, then it just depends because you can go and finance it through your bank. When you go and finance it through your bank, you can probably get about a 2.2 or 3 point whatever percentage.
Right.
But it just depends. It just depends.
Right. Y'all need to work on your credit. Good credit is always a good thing. If you want the things that you've dreamed of in your life, you're not going to get it by sitting in a trap house swerving on nickels and dimes. Trust me. You're not going to get it. Yeah. Now, did you have to go to school for this, or was it just a class that you took with him?
It was something that Vance and I did with him. And I would say this as far as the credit, like, so pretty much what we do, or what I help sue debt collector. So just going back, like, and we can speak on the credit scores and stuff like that itself, which is why I say, that person has to be doing the work on their end. And so, now, what I do is I help sue the debt collectors. So we pretty much don't get it. I don't pretty much get into all of that and everything. It's just, like I said, when Vance, like how he's been teaching it, how to increase the score, how to buy a score, your scores or whatever, how most people want to say it or whatever, things like that. So it's pretty much on that end of understanding, like, again, going back into the credit profile itself, going back into that and understanding what it is that you have. In most cases, most people have a low FICO score, and Vance himself, he has built this roadmap on how you can increase your scores, and that's by obtaining a secured credit card, and you pretty much not using that secured credit card. You go to your local local credit union, and you get a secured credit card. You're putting your own money into it, and you continue to you continue to add to it as it increases, and you don't use it, or of course you don't use it.
Right.
But people has gotten the thing of having to use at least 30% or staying under 30%, and that's been false, because when you use it, you're accumulating debt. You're pretty much using. It's just like I like this saying that Vance would say. He said, Biggie, right? You heard of him? He said, "Don't get high on your own supply." It's pretty much like that. Like when you use that card. So it's like when you use it, you're accumulating that debt. That interest rate is going to increase. And we talk about the DTC, which is the debt to credit, the ratio itself. So the more you increase it, or the more you continue to add to that secured credit card, that's what drive up the scores itself. So I don't know if I answered your question, but
yes.
I want to make sure.
Now, some people don't think that you can sue debt collectors. How can you sue debt collectors?
Well, it's really on that, again, going back into the credit report itself. If you look at that credit report and you look at the bottom, we as consumer has the right to sue. It gives it that right there in fine print. It's just people's not wanting to take the time to do it.
Do the work.
They don't read it, you know, and they don't understand what it is that they have.
So anybody can sue themselves. Like, they can just look and see, okay, wait a minute, this shouldn't be here. I'm taking them to court.
Yeah, it says it in fine print. You have a credit report? You have a hard copy? If you can get it, I can show you and I'll point it out.
Wow. Okay. So that's not something that you literally necessarily have to hire somebody. You can do it yourself if you know what you're looking for.
But they don't, which is why we do it. People just want the score so they can go and obtain whatever it is that they're trying to get, whether it's a car, house, horse, boat, whatever, airplane, whatever.
Right. Wow. Now, do you get anyone that in your line of work that are difficult with you?
No, not difficult. It only becomes difficult when they don't do what we recommend or what we tell them to do as far as getting that secured credit card, increasing the limits and not using it. That's when it becomes difficult. But other than that, no. Right.
Now, what else do you do?
Wow. So I am an acquisition coordinator. So on the flip side of that, and then I'm a real estate associate. So with the acquisition coordinator, I pretty much help investors make a return on their money. So I pretty much go and put the deal itself, put it so that it can get into a transaction, and I get paid whatever, just different percentage, 4 to 5%.
Okay, you a boss.
I wouldn't say that, but
I mean, do you technically work for yourself though?
At this point, yes.
Yeah, that's boss status. There's so many people that's out there that's working jobs, 9 to 5, that they don't really want to do, but they have to do it because they need that money. But to be able to do something that you love is a blessing. So again, shout out to all the people that's doing what you love. Baby.
I mean, I haven't always been here, you know, because that's the thing, you know, we get so consumed and stuck into this 9 to 5 to where we really don't dive deep within and really find our true purpose. And it's something that we know or that we have, but we just don't find it because we're so blocked, you know, by all this. You know, I can go so deep into things, but I don't want to do all that.
When did you find yourself?
So it was in 2021. 2021, really. I think I started in 2013 when I first initially started, but in 2013, in 2021 is when I really tapped into myself. Like, wow, hold on, and I'm still learning myself. And
do you know what your purpose is?
Well, Most definitely, I can say that. I am I'm more of like a motivator, a motivational, like, I'm very resourceful person. So I'm a connector. Like, I can start and end in certain things. And so just being that resourceful person, whether it's giving them bright ideas, comforting, very nurturing, or it's more so of just being that, like a resource. Like, I don't know how would you even describe it, but I think I do. I think you could say that, yeah.
Okay.
If I answer that.
Yeah. Now, what was your life like growing up?
Wow. Life was good. It was good. It had some, but it was pretty good. It wasn't just bad or anything like that. So yeah.
You like, so yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know what else if you wanted to get it.
Oh yeah, no, we get deep on the couch.
Oh,
like,
okay,
I want to
okay.
know, like, because not all black families grew up, good. But like you said, it was okay. What were some of the struggles you made?
I wouldn't say it was okay. I would say, if anything, my mom has been, she was one of my, like, biggest heroes. Like, I remember in grade school, we would have to write an essay. And my superhero was my mom. It wasn't a cartoon character or anything like that. She was a single mother of 5. And, the survival, of her giving her all, and giving what she could at that, point in time. Like, never did I experience, like, foster home or anything like that. I mean, we had our struggles and stuff like that, but overall, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it.
Did you ever deal with anxiety or depression?
Oh yeah.
How do you deal with that?
So that really just came on. It crept up in like 2013, I want to say. I'm learning to just. It's like you have to get up. Like, I couldn't because of my kids. So I couldn't just stay in that depression or, even anxiety at sometimes, I have to kind of like step back, woosah. And it's really more of it's more within. It's like more within. So I have to go within. Because I've done like self-development and things like that. It's like I talk to myself because it's our mindset. We are our biggest enemy. And so I just really have to channel it and really just kind of like, I continue to counsel and delete. So it's like I don't feed myself of the bull crap or anything like that. So that's pretty much how I challenge it or channel it or whatever. Just pretty go back into the self-development. I speak my affirmations and my faith, and I don't beat myself up about any situation. I look at it like,
like a lesson learned.
Yeah, that too. And just depression itself, when I feel myself getting bad or getting down or whatever, like I said, I go back into the affirmations. I picture my the vision that God had, that God had given me, the vision that I seen for myself. I go back into that, and I get up, I get dressed. I put myself in the spot. I put myself in where I see myself. I put myself here, and then I just go. Like, I've learned to not let it hold me back, because when I did, life had passed and I missed out, and my kids, they suffered. So yeah, self-development. I've worked on myself and my mind and who I am and everything like that. So yeah.
Right. That's dope. How long did it take for you to get it to the point where it didn't affect your kids? Or when did you notice that it affected your kids?
Well, because you start seeing, so it just started, when I noticed that it started affecting my kids, it was pretty much more so of you know, some of the things in school, just looking at them, you know, some of the things that they, like, you know, they act out, the rebellious and, you know, just certain things like that. And then I looked at my own self and my environment where I was at, and I was just like, no, you know. So I don't stay there too long. I don't stay there long.
That's dope. Now, do you teach your kids about, like, depression and, you know, anxiety and different moods and feelings that they might be feeling?
Oh, yes.
And even, like, you know, because I always tell people, I do a segment on the couch called Fuck Fentanyl. Like, I think it's very important for, you know, parents to teach their kids early about the dangers of drugs, because there's kids dying even in the 5th grade and elementary. And so, you know, do you teach your kids about stuff like that that's happening?
Oh, yeah. We go real deep. I'm so grateful and thankful that I'm able, because here, in no shade to my mom, shout out to my mom too as well. I love her. You know, she's a black woman. You know, she raised us, all 5 of us, by herself. So, you know, give her the credit, you know, and the honor. You know, I will always honor and cherish and respect my mother. But, you know, growing up, when we talk back, or we had, like, when we were trying to express ourselves, it was more so of, shut up, don't talk back, you know. And I didn't want to shun them from having a voice, or for them, you know, having an outlet to speak. Otherwise, because if I did that, then I wouldn't have been able to, I wouldn't be able to understand my kids or allow them to express and love. You know, to be able to love openly and fully, not only, you know, towards me, but towards others, you know, because they have a voice as well. So I didn't want to shine them from that. So I was real big on saying, hey, you know, express yourself, but do it respectfully, but not disrespectfully, but respectfully. If I answered your question, that's what makes sure I stay on course. You did.
No, because I remember, you know, growing up, and I would be going through something, and I'd be like, oh my God, I hurt myself. And my mom and dad would be like, bonus. I'm like, bonus? Like, I'm hurt. I'm serious right now. And they like, laughing like it was funny. So growing up, I always thought I was always being facetious, because I learned that from my parents, you know, instead of learning how to actually deal with what was going on, whether I was hurt or whether I had anxiety. So I love how...
I tell them, express it. Let it out.
Yeah.
Don't stay there. And they know me when I get on my little... But yeah, most definitely.
Now, would you say that your services that you provide are affordable?
Most definitely is.
Okay.
It most definitely is.
That's a big thing with me. I know a lot of times people feel like they can't support the black community because they feel like we overcharge or that we cost too much. But how come we can't just cost what we're worth?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Even if they don't have the money up front to pay, we still want to be able to help. Just know that when we go and we take these, you know, the negative items or whatever, we go to file, you know, and, you know, try to sue these debt collectors. That's just something that, you know, we would get it on the back end. They just, most people just want the score, but, you know, in most cases, but it's been to a point to where we've done that, and even people still didn't want to, they still didn't get it. They still didn't click on it. They still didn't get it. It was still the same thing. So
a lot of times people think stuff like this is a scam. They don't think that people got their best interest in heart for real. So how do you ease their mind with that?
I mean, you can just pretty much, how do you ease their mind with that? I mean, there's really no way. I mean, we could sit down and we can, you know, go over the profile itself, the credit profile itself. We can let them know, hey, you know, like, it's just really being truthful and honest to them, upfront with them. And, you know, if they want it, they want it. If they don't, then they will still be where they're at. But I mean, there's really no way of easing somebody's mind when they need it. When you're telling them and they need it, I mean, the only way you can ease their mind is telling them the truth. This is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. That's real though. Who's been your biggest supporter?
Oh man, definitely my kids. I have family, my cousin, my mom, Vans for sure. Also, shout out to the Alma Group, Mr. and Mrs. Payne. They've been very helpful as well.
Wow.
They introduced me and put me in some rooms that I wouldn't have. I mean, I probably would have attended. Well, no, I'm going to take that back. No, I wouldn't have. But just giving me that push and that shove, like, hey, you know, seeing something in me. So they've definitely been those people, those individuals.
That's dope. It's always good to have somebody on your side, especially whenever you feel like the world is against you or whenever you need somebody to be on your side.
Oh yeah, and my man too, because he's like, you gotta make me proud. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And you know, whenever you happy in a relationship, things in your life start. Because when you down, don't you always feel down and something down always happen? But whenever you up and you feeling good and somebody that you love making you feel real good.
Yeah.
Like I have lupus, and since I've been back with my wife, like, because I moved back to Oklahoma to get her. I told my boyfriend, I said, listen, I said, if you don't get me pregnant by the time I'm 30, I'm going to get my woman.
I know that's
okay?
it.
So by the time I turned 30, I came and got my wife, and I said, you know what? This is where I need to be. This is because when I first met her, I knew she was going to be my wife.
Look at that. Come
and
on.
Ever since we've been back together, I don't have as many lupus flares. I'm not in the hospital as much.
Come on.
I mean, contrary to all these surgeries, but that wasn't even lupus's fault.
Yeah.
That was somebody else's fault. But other than that, my lupus flares have been at a bay. Like, they literally have not been flaring up as much. So
that's good. That's
when
amazing.
You're happy, good things
That's
happen.
a wonderful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Like,
yeah. I love love.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love love. So shout out to your man. Your man. Now, what's the best way for you to promote? Like, do you just word of mouth to get business, or do you have cards that you go out and get?
I do have cards. A lot of time I've posted, but I do have a CRM. I do have a link now. Yay.
Okay. Do you have any cards that I can keep for myself?
No, I don't, but yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
But I do have a digital. I do have a digital one.
Okay.
So yeah.
Period. And I will share it to the page.
Yes.
Now, what core values were instilled in you as a kid that you still use right now to this day?
Wow. Core values. That's real big. That's deep. That is deep. Okay, girl. Core values. Man. Wow. Something that I always say, and I tell my kids, you know, stand for something above off anything. Like, be you. Go be great at it. Like, you, like, and even when I drop them off at school and stuff, and they leave me for the day or whatever, and they come back, I tell them, go be great. You know, love you, most importantly. Like, forget all of, you know, the ones that don't, you know, love you. Most importantly, be yourself. Just go be great at whatever it is that you're doing. Like, you know, you gotta be able to know who you is, so that, you know, when the things get to going, or people saying certain things, or whatever that it may be, whatever's going on, like, you can oh my goodness, I'm nervous.
You know who you are. No, you're good, because you know who you are, because no matter what nobody say, you know who you are.
Yes.
Period. No, I know what you was trying to say, because I was like, yeah.
So, that one, and then, you know, that was really, now I could tell you some values that, I mean, you know, core values. Oh wait, girl, you hit me on the spot, like, man, you know, core values, man, and just the love, you know, the love that I have for my children, you know, that's something that I don't know if you would say that that's a core value, but to me it is, you know, it's just putting them first. Like I said, always loving myself, and man, girl, you know what? I haven't really just thought about it, or just picked it. Like, now I could say the things that I value like that, but like core values, I don't think that, you know, I really
it's funny because
got into all of that.
You know who asked me that question before?
Who was that?
My dad.
Really?
And I was like you didn't really, you think that you was in my life like that, bro, but you really wasn't. Like, you didn't really teach me no core values. But then when I got to thinking about it, I was like, oh, wait. Like, I wouldn't just let nobody be getting their ass beat in front of me. Like, I wouldn't be letting no man just beat no woman up in front of me.
Oh, yeah, most
So, standing for what, you know what I'm saying, standing on something, oh, yeah, I be standing on shit. And I learned that from my family.
Most definitely.
They taught me at an early age to stand on business because they didn't believe nothing I said. They couldn't have. And they was standing on business, huh?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now, do you teach your kids, like, the ropes of, like, your job, the things that you do at work, and to get them into the same kind of career that you in, or?
Actually, well, my oldest, I have a 21-year-old. Yeah. I'll tell him even, and they know, but they're because they're already young entrepreneurs themselves. I have a 14-year-old. That's my youngest. Even my 12-year-old. They pretty much go to work on their own. You know, they making money on their own, so they know they have that entrepreneur spirit and things like that. They know, but now as far as exactly what I'm doing, like, they understand. They know that credit is a big part. Yes, they're very aware of that. And then even at a certain age, they know that once they get a certain age, how we so just to take it back a little bit, my 21-year-old, he got out of high school at the age of 18. He had a 750 credit score.
Oh, wow.
You know, and that's just being an authorized user, putting him on. At the time, he was on his grandmother's credit and everything, and she put him on on one of her credit cards as an authorized user,
right, to help build his credit at a young age.
Yes.
Bam.
So they're very aware of what it is that I do, and they're very aware of credit, and that they definitely is looking towards it. Like, yeah,
that's dope.
They know that it's very important.
Now, I haven't heard you really speak much about your father.
Yeah.
Do you have a relationship with your dad?
No.
Okay.
No. But he's my dad. I still love him. What can I say?
I mean, I didn't hear you say, like, how your mom, like, I respect her, the utmost respect, and I didn't hear that, so I was just like, okay,
Yeah. But I have forgave him because I used to operate in bitterness, just so angry about a lot of things. And I actually wrote a book. I self-published my own book, put it out, and right during the pandemic. And I did that because I was carrying so much weight, so much baggage, so much just angry, I was just so at a space where I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't happy with a lot of things, and so I knew that I needed to I needed to release the agony, the pain, the hurt. Like, I just needed to release it and just share it, just put it out there. Because I knew that myself is somebody. I knew that where I seen myself going, that's where I was going to go. I knew that that's where I was going to be. And so I wrote my book and I put it out there. It is called But God, My Untold Truth. It's written and published by me.
Wow. Can we have a little bit of background?
Sure. It's more of an autobiography. Just pretty much just telling you, my upbringing. And how I turned my pain into my purpose. And I started traveling and speaking and things like that. Even speaking publicly was a big thing for me. I was real shy, but now I'm doing it more now. Like, I love to talk because when the camera's not on, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Right.
I'm speaking and I'm encouraging and I'm just going. I'm just flowing. I love it.
I don't know. I just feel so much energy when you talk about your book. Like,
yeah, it has some things in there, some really, really tense moments in there, things that I spoke on and things like that. And
pertaining to your father.
Well, not necessarily my father, but just my overall, just in life and stuff, like what I went through, just a whole lot of things. You would definitely have to get the book to know.
Yeah, I'm about to go read the book tonight. You said, where can I find it?
It's on Amazon.com.
Yeah, I'm curious because you leaving me on the cliff. Like, I'm like, and what else?
Yeah.
And
my family, they cried. They cried. They was like, wow. They didn't know that I went through some of the things that I spoke about. And, yeah, I didn't really speak much of my father. Like, my father is my dad, and he's just that, I understand that he has his own reasons for why he wasn't, he didn't, he just had his own reasons, and I just forgave him for that, and moved on and looked through it. Like, I would call him and stuff, like, we talk here and now every blue moon or so or whatever, but I don't hold that grudge no more, because we all got a life or whatever, and I just pray for him that he can mend whatever that it is, and I don't know when that day will be, but yeah.
Did you realize that holding grudges and stuff make you literally sick? Yeah.
Yep.
Oof, I had to let go of some stuff too, because I was like, wow, once I released it, I was like,
it kept me stagnated.
I couldn't believe how much of a weight has been lifted. And it's like you literally feel it come off your shoulder, and you're like, whoa, I was holding on to that much.
Yeah.
Yes, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Yeah, it definitely, we talked about it, though. At least I was able to talk about it with him. And I may have went about it, the wrong way when I did speak to him. But I was like, you know what, because we should always honor our mother and our father, and have that respect and everything, give that love and everything. And I didn't want to be cut short of my blessings and what was for me. So, like I said, and being stagnated and stuck, like, why am I still here? Like, why am I, I didn't want to, I no longer wanted to be in that space. So, we talked about it, but I had to grow up too. I couldn't be that victim no more either. And
you felt like you was a victim?
Well, at one point I felt like I was, and then I also realized, like, reality came, and I was like, you know what, I can't remember, I think it was like 32, 33 or something like that, and I'm like, I'm a grown-ass woman, like, get on with your life, it is what it is, let go, and go on, and so, yeah, I'm like, I can't point no finger no more. I'm here. It is what it is. He did the best that he could give. He gave me whatever the case, or, but I just have to forgive, and I understood that,
that forgiveness ain't about the other person.
Yeah, it's something that he can't face right now. I don't know his reason. I don't know what he's going through. I don't know what he's been through, or and things like that. So I still love him, and I'll call him, hey, how you doing, and stuff like that, but I don't hold it no more.
That's good.
Yep.
That's so good. Again, y'all make sure that y'all check out her book. Tell them where they can find it at again.
On Amazon.com.
Amazon.com. Wow.
Amazon.com. It wasn't Barnes & Noble. I had it at Barnes & Noble. And, but yeah.
That's dope. Not a lot of people have a book in Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good experience.
Yeah, that's dope that you got to experience that. Now, what traits do you think that you took from each parent? If you took any from your father?
Very strong, brave, optimistic. Like, I'm just that one. Like, when I say optimistic, I mean, like, I don't like, when whatever it is that I see for myself or that I see myself doing, I just go for it. Like, I just get to it. Like, definitely shy. I think I get that from my dad. I'm definitely shy. But the strength and bravery, just getting out there, just being a voice, being vocal about certain things, and that's my mom. And she always say, I don't give a damn, I don't care, So, and I got that from her. And, that's where I'm at, That's what I had. I mean, yeah, some of those things.
That's what's up. Now, has any of your clients that you've had before in the past or in the future, or now, has any of them ever hit on you?
No. Wait, am I lying? No, just playing. No. No.
Okay. Now, what type of programs do you offer personally?
So it's really just that right there. Not no programs. I ain't gonna say that. No, I don't have any programs yet.
Okay.
I don't want to get into some that I'm working on and everything, but it's just pretty much that service right there of being able to help soothe their debt collection.
Now, are you limited to just the state of Oklahoma? Or?
No, there's certain because I've had clients outside of Oklahoma, Atlanta. I think it was Florida. Was it Texas? I can't remember, but I know for sure in New York I had a lady out there. So no, it's not just Oklahoma based.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, well, you're making money everywhere. Now, what are some things that people might get misconstrued when it comes to your line of work?
Of thinking that it's just supposed to just go like that. Like it's a process, and everybody is different. We can't guarantee anything, it's just that we just ask that they do the work that they do what we ask them to do, and then we'll work on our end of, with the debt collectors and stuff like that, or being able to sue those and going after them and trying to dispute, or not trying, but disputing those items and things like that. So it's not it doesn't happen overnight. So yeah.
All right. Are you getting married soon? Yeah.
I visioned it now. I feel it.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Okay.
But I don't know how soon. I don't know. No.
Now, when you first got with your man or anybody that you ever dated, do you be like, is your credit good? Or do you not worry about it because you could fix it if you wanted to?
No, his credit good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, his credit good.
Now,
he brags about it.
Does he? You know what?
I'm like, okay.
People be funny with that bragging on their credit score.
I ain't mad at you.
Hey, when it's good though. You better brag about it.
We supposed to have the abundance. That's the thing. Like, why stay stuck?
Yeah.
And just in the mediocre and just just in the what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's get out of that.
Yes, there are some people that's comfortable just being on welfare, comfortable just getting food stamps, comfortable just being stagnant. And I will say, it's not always good to be stagnant. Y'all got to start learning things so you can teach your kids and give them that generational wealth.
Yeah, most definitely.
The only way you can give them that generational wealth is if you're collecting it and trying to actually accumulate that. They can't just start from the bottom and now they're here. No.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When people get with our service and everything and what we have to offer, it's an investment. Like, you're making an investment on yourself when you're doing this. And when I tell you, it was the best feeling ever. I never had over a 750 credit score. So when I seen my score over 750, and I was like, what? Is this for real? I was like, yeah, it's for real. Okay, and it's a lovely
Mr.
feeling.
Atembe said, hey, Ashley.
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Atembe, how you doing? Now, for those that's watching and those that come back and watch, tell them why they should hire you.
Why they should hire me? Because we can guarantee that we're going to do our job. We're going to do our job, but it is up to you. While we're doing our job, you got to do yours. So we do it. And then not only that, we're very very resourceful. Like, we can sit down and break it down to you.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to share before we head out? Got any classes, programs, something coming up we can get involved with?
I'm working on it. I got some stuff working on baking up and I'm cooking up and stuff.
You got any new books coming out?
Man, you know what? I started writing some more, but I haven't, because, getting into this credit and just really understanding
it's time consuming, huh?
Like, it ain't really time consuming, but it's exciting, like being able to help so many people and to like really get them to understand, credit itself and how to utilize it. Like, or as far as, when we give them, because we have a, I didn't even bring it, but we have this road to success. It's like pretty much it's giving you those 3 steps. Getting a secured credit card, or getting a secured credit card at your local credit union.
Why your local credit union? Why not just any bank?
Because that's a good question. Where is he at when I need him? And it talks about it in this book, and Vince give it for free. So when they come into the office and everything and stuff like that, he'll break it down to where he's giving it for free. And I think now, I think you just pay for like shipping, like $5 or something like that. I can't remember exactly where it's at or where he's at with it. But because that it allows you to have that, that secured, you know what? I ain't even gonna say that because I don't want to give out the wrong information. I don't know that question honestly, 100% yet, and that would be something that I would definitely ask Vance on that. Okay. Because that's a good question, and I don't want to say something and then I be wrong. Right. Because then I would be. Yeah, I don't want to
couch potatoes, they're going to tell me. They're going to be in the comments like, nah, she was wrong. Or, nah, you was wrong. They would tell. They tell me when I'm wrong. So, I'm just saying. Now, before we head out, I do want to say thank you so much for being on the couch. I definitely appreciate your support. And any way that I can support you and let people know about you, tell me how. Is all your social media the same?
Yes, it is. On all social platforms. And then I'll be sending you that link. Is ihelpsuedebtcollectors.com, and we pretty much can get on there and let us help you out. Let us get you going. And anybody that have any type of debt, any debt collectors that's calling, emailing, or texting you.
Wait, because they're not supposed to be calling and harassing you like that, right? Because y'all the ones that bought my debt. I didn't tell you to buy my debt. You
if they're doing that, just go ahead and send it to us, and just send it to me. And my you can screenshot it, send it to me, my phone. But I tell people, go ahead and send it to my my inbox. But also, you can get on now that because we changed a lot, and we've really so. And that's the thing that I like about Vance, because he really try to help people to simplify so much of it. So even if a person cannot do that or even send those items, those documents and things like that, here is a free site where it's given to us consumer by the government, where they allow us to get our credit score, or not our credit score, but our credit reports at annualcreditreport.com, and we just download those, and we tell our clients to download those. And it helps us, and it helps you as well as the client, so that and that's why I was saying in that fine print below that most people don't read it pretty much tell you can do suing too. You can do it on your own too, but most people, the average person, is not going to do it. So we always say that, because that's something.
Suing somebody is time consuming.
Yeah, but and then it's also, you have to know what it is that you have on that report. Yeah. And most people don't know how to read that report. Because even I myself didn't. I literally was like, hold up.
What is all of this?
Yeah, but it clicked. It clicked. And I'm like, because I knew certain stuff like that. But then I want to say, just like last week, when I looked at it, and I learned even more. And when I sat down with Vance, and he kind of went over it, and I'm like, wait a minute. And it snapped. So it was even like I said, I'm learning a lot too, day by day, each and every day. I'm learning, because even though I'm a leader, but I'm still a student, and so I'm always obtaining. I'm always sucking it up and getting it. So yeah, what I was gonna say, what else? I forgot what I was about to say.
I love me some Ashley.
Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say, because my mind be going, and I be like. I'll be excited, for what's to come, and I'm filled with so much gratitude. So I'm definitely grateful for being here.
And again, shout out to all the couch potatoes. Listen, this is the only thing Ashley trying to tell y'all. She wants you to be as excited about getting your credit good too.
That's it.
And she want to help you get that excited. Once she help you to learn what you're looking at, and to learn what you need to look for. Once it snaps, once it clicks, it's easy. then now you know. Now you're no longer ignorant.
Yeah.
Because
it's definitely there.
Yep.
It's definitely there.
The only thing is ignorant just means you just don't know. So, if you want to learn, go to Ashley. That way you will know. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. Follow Ashley Tubbs on all social media. It is I am Ashley Tubbs. She will be in the description. And when you get a chance, go into the comments and put your .com.
Okay.
Yes, so make sure that y'all look into the comments and get her .com as well.
Absolutely.
Tap in with Ashley. Let her help you get your credit where it needs to be.
Absolutely.
Okay? Let her sue the debt collectors for you.
Yes.
Or let her teach you how to sue them yourself.
Yes.
I love you guys. Have a beautiful night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Yes, period.
Oh, wow, girl.
You did so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.